Welcome to Salcedo Paranormal. It is Monday, April 11th, 2022, and today I will be sharing some paranormal news. As always, you can find all the episodes of the podcast, along with links to social media, ways to donate, and other ways to contact me on the podcast page, which would be salcedoparanormal.podbean.com. That's SALSIDO paranormal.podbean.com. Always happy to hear from you all. Whether you have comments or questions or topic suggestions for shows, or if you have stories of experiences, whether they're your own or others that you trust, always happy to share them on the show, either by reading them out loud on the show or by having you join me on the show, whenever we can arrange that. So, so you can just let me know and we can go from there. I do like to keep my schedule as it is as much as possible, but if there is a certain day and time that works best for you, I can definitely we can definitely try to work around that and still get you on the show at some point. So, and today, like I said, is a news show. I've started doing this once a week now, and again, I want to thank Derek, Night Stalker, as well as Michael Strange from Trouble Minds Radio for providing a few of the stories here that I'm going to share tonight. They've been really great about helping me with by sending me stories here and there, and really encouraging me to get this news show started. Because at first I wanted to, but I wasn't sure I could. But they really told me that could be done, and at first I was just thinking once a month, but then after talking with them, and then just after looking around online, I figured out that I could do this once a week, and so that is the plan for tonight. Thank you all for listening, whether you're here in the live stream. Hello, APOC, I see you there. Or whether you listen to the podcast or YouTube feeds. I've seen some more followers joining the YouTube page recently, and I really appreciate that. Especially since my videos are basically just audio with a image there to make it a video. So, and you can usually get more details on the source material on the podcast page, just so you all know, because there's more room there. There's not as much of there's a little bit of a character limit on the YouTube descriptions, as far as I can tell anyway. So, and of course I will share all of the links in the episode description. And so you all can check out the articles that I talk about here, because for one, I don't read them completely on the show. I just talk about them. And also, I don't claim to be an expert in any of the things I talk about, even though I have friends that say I'm a paranormal expert, which is kind of funny in a way. But I appreciate the support either way. So, but I think that's enough from me about that for now. Let's see here. Let me get to the first story, and then we'll go from there. Okay. Let's see. Just gotta check on something real quick. Okay. So this article here, I'll put it in the chat. This is sort of a follow-up to another story I covered last week about Arizona. And it says Arizona has the 6th most UFO sightings in the U.S., a new study says. And there was the last week I shared a link to an article talking about how Tucson, Arizona had more sightings than any other city in Arizona. This is from, let's see here, the Phoenix New Times, and it's by Jennifer Goldberg. It's from March 9th. And so let's see here. It's pretty much just another group of stats here that they put out, but they're interesting in a way. So it says that there's a new study that ranks the U.S. states according to which has the most UFO sightings. And it's mentions nearly the 25th anniversary of the Phoenix Lights, which I know it was 97. I just don't remember the year now or the month now, but but this report says that Arizona had and it doesn't say, let's see here. It doesn't say what period of time this is for, if this is all time or what. But it says that they're the sixth state on this list, which they're at 4,604 sightings. Now it gives a little breakdown on the other states at the top of this list, and starts out with first place, but first on the list is California with 15,072 sightings. Florida with 7,513 sightings. That's almost half, but then again, those are two completely different sized states, I believe. Washington has 6,720 sightings. Texas has 5,631. New York has 5,403. And then, of course, Arizona, 4,604. And then it goes down the rest of the top 10. Pennsylvania, 4,592. Ohio, 4,110. Illinois, 4,025. And Michigan, 3,383. Now it mentions the states with the lowest number of UFO sightings, and that would be North Dakota with only 264, and then South Dakota in second, which is 355, and Delaware at 377. So that's basically all for that article. Oh wait, I'm sorry, there's more here. The study was conducted by Outforia, which is a website devoted to appreciating the outdoors. It comes from the data comes from the National UFO Reporting Center. So, let me check. The report also mentions which states have the most reported UFO sightings per 100,000 people. So basically, it just has a few more stats here and there, and it has a link to the actual report in case anyone really wants to check that out. And of course, the article mentions that the study only looked at reported sightings, and that's always something to consider, I think, because not everyone is going to report these things to people or to anyone. There's still a fair amount of stigma associated with a lot of aspects of the paranormal, including UFOs. So yeah, that's that article there. Again, I'll make sure I include all these in the episode description, and we can go from there. So I'm just checking. Okay. So now we can go on to the next article here. This one is. Now I like to find these when I find these articles that mention specific places that are not. They're basically just sightings from people. I like to share these when I can. You'll probably notice that I haven't really shared much about any of the government side of the reporting or any of the um, FOIA stuff or just a lot of the government side of the reporting and kind of the what information is or isn't coming out of the government, that whole thing. I've said this before. I'm a lot more interested in personal experiences than I am in any kind of um, report together that may or may not have uh, other motives behind it, or cherry pick the data that they want to put out there. So, um, so I like when I can find these articles about sightings um, that don't come from basically reports like that. I like to share them. And so, let's see here. Oops, that I put the wrong link in the chat. Okay, let me find the right one. Okay. Let's see here. And there in the chat right now, you can find a link to the chat. Anyway. Okay, here we go. Got the right one this time. This is from AM 1390 KRFO. And this is, I'm not sure exactly how to say this, but Duluthian. That's from Duluth, Minnesota. As UFO sighting while driving over, and that's quite a name for a bridge. I'm not sure if we say it that way or not. BONG, Bong Bridge. Not sure if that's the right saying or not. But that's the story title here. Now let me get back to the article. And let's see here. So this says that mentions that there's been other different paranormal things going on in Minnesota, which I think there's always paranormal stuff going on everywhere. So that's not to put down this article for putting that out. It's just I think that's the way it is. But it mentions that last year there was a man that heard a supernatural noise while taking his dog for a walk in the woods. And then last summer, a man from Wisconsin, I guess he was there in Minnesota, said he saw Bigfoot on the side of the road over the summer. He was he was basically sent a family member back there after to see if it was still there. It doesn't say if that family member actually saw anything or not. But and then this article gets to this the sighting, which again was reported to the National UFO Reporting Center, and took place in January of this year. Everything took place in Duluth, and happened in daytime, and it was described as a black object low in the sky that was round with 2 points on it. And it happened just before 5 p.m. So basically almost rush hour, I guess you could say. And they were on I-35 South. They were heading up to the bridge entrance ramp when they saw this thing in the sky right in front of them. They said it was it was low in the sky, and it was moving slowly. But the entire sighting only lasted about 20 seconds because they were driving and had to keep moving. And so, let me see here. The person that reported this said they found a video online that showed a similar thing to what they saw, and this sighting took place on or around a Navy ship that someone said was surrounded by UFOs. The people that I guess made this article said they couldn't find the exact video that the reporter or that the witness was mentioning, but they basically they think it's referring to possible UFO circling a Navy ship, and so it's one of those situations. I believe that's it basically for that one. So I like these reports, like I said, from regular people. They are always interesting to me. So, oh, okay. Hello there, Callie. I see you there. Kim. And so yes, it is okay. That's interesting. So it is named Bong. Okay. Hello, Lily. I see you there as well. And yeah. So anyway, that's that story. And now we can move on to this next one, which is to me almost more interesting than either of the other two first ones that I shared here. And so I'll put that in the chat. Saying this the other day, copy and paste is I keep finding new uses for it on my PC here. It's not really giving a image along with the link here in the chat, so I will just go right to the article. And this one says, let's see here. Oops, let me get out of the pop-ups and everything. And let's see here. Okay. This one says, ominous cloud seen over Alaska sparks conspiracies. What is the official explanation? And this one says it's by, well, it's in, let's see here, the website here again. This is the, let's see the name of the place. But it's a news site. And I believe anyway. Sorry about that. It's not making it easy to see what this site is. But this article is written by Mark Price. And so it says that a large worm-like cloud showed up this week over, let's see here where this was put out. Let me see here. So it was updated April 9th. So I'm guessing around that time. So this cloud materialized over Alaska's Lazy Mountain, and I'm not joking there. That is the name of the mountain, according to this article. And basically, there are so many reports of people seeing this cloud that the authorities heard about it. It happened around 7 a.m. on Thursday, April 7th. And it was even thought to be possibly smoke. Different people have claimed that it to be different things, whether it's a falling meteor or a burning aircraft. Social media, basically people on social media also mentioned possibility of an eruption or a crashing UFO. Other things there I'm not going to get into. And so basically there are reports about this from people that saw it that morning, including kids, I guess, maybe. Mentions people going to school. Some people thought it was a meteor. And let's see here. So let me get to the official explanation. And so basically when there all these rumors started about what it could be, Of course, when it was mentioned that there was possibly a plane going down, this got to the Alaska State Troopers and the Alaska Rescue Coordination Center, and they said that there was no uh, aircraft in the area seen at that time. Then that was supposed to be there anyway, and so the official explanation was that it was there was a large commercial jet. Oh, I'm sorry, I was wrong about that. There was no craft in danger, but there was one large commercial jet that was in the area, and the authorities say that they think it was basically the contrail from this jet combined with the rising sun, which caused the appearance of the smoke, of it being smoke. And of course, a lot of people don't think that was the case. There was one, yeah. So that's basically there's a local meteorologist that stood by that explanation of it, and so there's a lot of debate, I guess, in the area as to what that actually was, at least at the time of this article coming out. So maybe we'll hear more. I don't know. We'll see. But I thought that was a odd thing that happened there in the sky. So and I think that covers that one. From there, we'll turn to more other aspects of the paranormal here. This one, I was talking with Michael Strange the other day about there was 3 stories that really got showed up in my alerts that I have set up now to find news over and over and over again. And one was the Alaska sighting, and one was this. And this brings up something that I haven't really talked about yet, so I thought I might as well do it now. And this is about the celebrity who apparently had sightings of and heard and saw has heard and seen ghosts over the years. And it seems to be more and more of a thing with celebrities coming out talking about either seeing UFOs and or other paranormal things. Although it's kind of odd to me in a way that this is such a big new thing, supposedly, even though I've heard stories on and off over the years. I guess maybe it's big because it's more in the mainstream now. Maybe that's why it seems to be seems new to so many people. I don't know. But I've heard stories over the years. There's enough out there. If you look for them, you can find stories of celebrities having experiences with the paranormal. There's even an entire show called Celebrity Ghost Stories that I used to watch here and listen to here and there. That was pretty decent overall. But this is basically the newest version of that, I guess. And I don't have a problem with it overall as long as people are being honest about their experiences and what happened to them. Of course, I don't know enough about these people to say one way or the other what's going on. But so yeah, that's basically this article here. Let me get into it, and I can go over what this Vanessa Hudgens has apparently experienced. Let's see here. So kind of goes over. So basically, it says that apparently she's into the whole ghost hunting thing now, as well as using the spirit box, which is the thing with the the shifting radio stations, radio frequencies that will sometimes give out words or responses. Of course, that is always, I've heard a lot of debate over whether that is or isn't useful. I think it can be, it can go either way. I don't care for it because of all the static that you hear. I know I've heard of that there are some of them you can get now that cut that out, which I wouldn't mind that so much. So, but let's see here. There was a part in this article. Okay. Apparently, when she was a kid, there was she would see objects moving, like small objects moving, basically around the house. There was one that was like a toy duck that was on the dining room table that she said when she was walking by the table, it started moving along with her. But apparently now she kind of shut all that down for a long time. She didn't want to get into any of it. Because I guess I can imagine it was scary when she was a kid. I know when I was a kid, and my experiences, it took a while to get over the fear of all that. Many years. So she's just now coming out about basically having had experiences. So I think that's a good thing if we can get more and more of that, and more and more people to come out, not just on TV shows so much because not everyone sees all the TV shows, but kind of in more open ways like this in the news. I would be okay with that overall. So I don't follow most celebrities. I'm not really into a lot of what's popular or not popular these days, but anything to get the word out about the paranormal and that it's okay. Okay, so yeah, Lily said that she watched a short clip of her talking about that story. So yeah, I'm okay with more and more people getting out there and talking about this. Really, overall, that's kind of the whole purpose of why I wanted to do this show, was just to get make it easier for people to share their experiences. Or even if they don't want to, then at least to understand that they're not alone, that others have had experiences, even if they don't want to share theirs. Because so far I've had a handful of people share, but not a ton. But hopefully someday we'll get more and more. So I believe that covers that article. Wow, already at almost half an hour of this podcast, down by fast. Okay. So, this next one I found, and this was kind of, I have mixed feelings about this, the way things are going with this. It says how ghosts became big business, and this is from the Daily Mail, UK. Of course, just regardless of whatever this article says, it is true that tourism has become a big thing. Ghost tours, ghost walks, and all of that. And it's, I think in this article it's referring more to the UK, but this is something that's going on all around. And in a way, I'm okay with it, but in a way, I'm not. In a way, it seems kind of, I don't know. I think it can be good and bad, just like anything else. I think that people should be careful how they set these up. Like if it's an investigation, I think there should be rules about how to talk to whoever or whatever might be there. It shouldn't be like what you see on TV, in other words, in so many cases, where people just go in and yell and shout and or just insult anyone that might be there. I don't think that's right at all. Obviously, most people won't go into a living person's home to do that. Why would you go in there and do that to people that are not physical? They're in a physical sense anymore, when they might still be able to make some physical things happen here and there. It's just not a good thing to do to anyone, whether you're here or you're partially here or wherever. Doesn't matter. So, um, the article is there if you want to look into it more. It's kind of I wanted to share that just I guess so I could share my opinion on that. And of course, if I see anything else that makes me change that, then I'll definitely say that on one of these shows. But just wanted to bring up that topic tonight. So let's see here. And I guess I can move on to the next one. Let me see how many of these we have left because let's see here. Okay. All right, we can get through at least two more. Maybe three more here. Let's see here. This one is... Oh, this one isn't really displaying right, so I don't think we'll be doing that one. But let's see here. Okay, we'll just go to a couple of stories about ancient civilizations and ancient mysteries, because I think these are also important to look at whenever we can, for a number of reasons, but also just on the side of the paranormal and what happens to us after we pass. There's this article here. It's from Verve Times, and it says archaeologists discover 65 giant ancient stone jars in India. So this is a really long article. I'm not going to do a lot to summarize it, but basically, in different regions of India, there have been these stone jars discovered all around different parts of India, and some have decorative carvings while others are plain, and some appear to have basically ancient beaded jewelry or beads and other things like that. But then in some cases they have remains in them, so it's almost like a type of burial in some cases. And I always wonder when these kind of things are found, when basically when remains are found, even in ancient sites. That always just makes me wonder if they're going to stir anything up in those areas when they start excavating. I mean, I'm not necessarily putting down archaeology in itself, but I just always wonder if there's any kind of paranormal consequences in some cases. So that's basically all I wanted to say with that one, I think. But yeah, there's different jars that have been found. Yeah, like Lily says, like the Pharaoh's curse. Yeah, like Egyptian. That's a whole other thing too. I wonder how much was going on there as well. Of course, you never know how long. That brings up a whole question of how long would a spirit stay in an area after they passed. It seems like, I don't know, you would hope they would be able to move on after hundreds and maybe thousands of years. But then again, we hear stories of people coming back and visiting, or people seeing apparitions of people that existed hundreds of years ago or thousands of years ago. I think mainly hundreds. And so it just makes me wonder if there would be any, I guess, consequences in that case. But anyway, so that's the article. But I think I'll get through one more here, and then we'll see. I have another two after that. I might save these other two for next time. But let me see here. I'll close that. Let's see here. Put this in the chat as well. And this one is from ancientorigins.net. Ancient-origins.net. Curious and unusual spells from the Greek magical papyri. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Okay. Interesting, Lily. Lily says they made statues for the deceased to reside in. Yeah, I believe that. That's almost getting back to the history of basically not quite dolls, but similar kind of thing. But basically, this article is just talking about this collection of. It's an extensive collection of ancient Greco-Roman Egypt magic spells, rituals, remedies, hymns, and myth. And that just makes me wonder what's in there. So I just want to share that. Again, that's another long article. I kind of don't care to talk a lot about that kind of stuff in great detail because I don't know a lot about it. So, but the links will be in the episode description. Let me see here. I'm looking back at the chat. Okay. Apox says, I think that's what Gobekli Tepe. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Might be in part. Okay. And yeah, so it just shows there's been basically belief in paranormal or supernatural forces has been around for a long, long time. Okay, good. I said it right. So yeah, let me see here. I think I'll save. I have a couple other articles here, but I think I'll save those for next time, and we'll go from there. So, because we're already at almost 40 minutes. So just a quick heads up on the rest of the week. The plans for the rest of the week. Tomorrow will be more true paranormal stories from the web. Wednesday will be a book review. I'll probably get back to more of the H.P. Lovecraft complete fiction, and that's what I'd like to do anyway. We'll see how much time I have and everything on Wednesday, but should be able to. And then on Thursday will be more true paranormal stories from the web. As of now, the plan is for Friday. Again, there won't be a stream, at least as of right now. I'm going to record the episode that day just without a stream. Again, I'm doing an Ask Me Anything segment where I will read questions that are submitted beforehand and then answer them as well as I can. I've only gotten one so far, so you all have until Friday, noon on Friday Eastern, to get your questions in there. And I'll also be just discussing my thoughts on everything that I've kind of gone over in this podcast since I started, and what I think about things, and just give a general update on all of that. And then I'll post that night, and that'll take care of this week, and then we'll go from there. So thank you all for listening, and I will talk to you all tomorrow night on the next episode of Salcedo Paranormal. Take care.